And then if we have any 3x5 cards to add, we'll try to get them done in class. But I think you guys understand the pattern of what we're doing for the 3x5 cards, right?
Yeah.
So if you had to make your own, that could, I don't have it. I'm going to be honest, I don't have an additional homework assignment for you. So could that be a good homework assignment you guys doing your 3x5 cards?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So let's rock and roll. We're going to be starting on, not that, page 11, please.
All right, sounds good.
I might not have put the new last lesson in there.
It's on the.
Oh, it is there? Okay. So, okay. But let's go to page 11. We're going to do that. Stay with me. It's all good. Okay. All right. So we're going to proofs with parallel lines. And those of you got jammed up in that angle puzzle with the parallelogram, it's because we were thinking about parallelograms and not parallel lines. But let's kind of just go back and do a quick refresh. When we have parallel lines cut by a transversal, right? There's three different types of congruent angles, and that's what we're going to be dealing with, right? We're worried about the congruent angles because we want angles to be congruent so we can use side angle side and all that good garbage. All right, good garbage. So the one that is probably most popular is alternate interior. Okay, and alternate interior angles are congruent. So now let's kind of think about how we might see those. So I'm going to draw one example. The letter that we kind of look at for when we're looking for alternate interior angles is the letter Z, right? So if I do this and this and this and then connect back up. All right, did you guys see how I made the letter Z and connected it back up? So if this line is parallel to that line, right, we would have those alternate interior angles, right, that make the letter Z. And there's a backwards Z there as well. But this angle is congruent to that angle because of the lines being parallel. Alternate interior angles are congruent. Now, the thing that we need to be careful of, so let's get that picture caught up. If you want to do it, I'm going to draw another kind of picture with our parallelogram and a diagonal. And so I know it's a little bit harder to draw. Just do the best you can. Okay. So if I draw this picture like this, I'm just going to go to. Okay, so I'm drawing this parallelogram. You guys remember this guy? And I'm going to go ahead and draw this diagonal in. And then this is where I would do my highlighting. Just a second. Yes, son. Oh, sounds great. Thank you so much. Yep. Bye. Okay. Okay. So does everybody see this one? So you have to be willing to turn your head, especially depending which triangles you need. When we have both diagonals in there, and I'll draw that diagonal in just a minute. Right, so we're looking at this angle and this angle. I want you to see that. Notice what happens when I put the other diagonal in, right? So if I'm going for the two triangles that are this way, then I need this one, right? If I'm going for the triangle that's up on top and down on the bottom, I'm going to be using the other direction. So does that make sense that you have to kind of be able to turn your head and know which angles you need? So this is assuming that this is a parallelogram and this side is parallel to that side. All right. So then what is the other type of angles that we might see? What do you think?
Vertical.
So vertical, but those aren't because of the parallel lines. So what else we got?
Same side interior.
Okay, so, but those are not congruent. I love that we're going here. Those ones are supplementary. Okay, so we're playing the game now. We have alternate interior are congruent. Adeline, your turn. Yes, so there can be situations where there's alternate exterior. So I'm going to do that on this little picture and just show you what I mean. Oh, what happens if this triangle were way out here and this triangle were way out there? Do you see the alternate exterior angles? Jerk faces, right? Doesn't come off as often, but this is alternate exterior. And these, remember, we're looking at congruent angles because we want to say angle A is congruent to angle B, right? I'm just coming up with letters to play with that. Okay? So there's one more type of angles. We used this word a lot in our last unit. Yeah, in the back. Corresponding. All right. So when we see corresponding angles, and let me know, is everybody okay? Not going too fast? Okay, so the clue to seeing alternate interior, does everybody see like the letter Z or the letter N, right? And you're either flipping it or rotating it, doing something like that. The letter for corresponding angles come on, baby, is a capital letter F. Okay. So let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. Let's say I have this line parallel to this line. So see if you can get those two lines on your paper. And then I'm going to draw a horizontal line. Are you guys ready for me to do the highlight? Okay, so if the parallel line is always going to be highlighted, so I'm going to do it this way. So parallel line, and then these two lines. Do you see the capital letter F? Okay. And so where are the corresponding angles? Right here and right here.
I thought you were saying like when you like write it down like a proof, you could say because they are, other than you say like that.
No, I'm trying to help with the visualization of seeing the angles.
Okay.
So just to see angles formed by parallel lines. So the most popular is alternate interior, 100%. Because we're going to get to quadrilaterals, and when we get to something with four sides, we can draw diagonals. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Yeah. So those come up more often, but I can't not say that the other things will not ever appear in your life, because they will. Okay, are we ready to do one of each? Cool, so here we go. Go ahead, take a moment to, let's see, set up your table. I don't want you to mark the parallel lines, but I want you to mark your congruent angles. Does that make sense? Just take a moment. I don't want you to go crazy with too much highlighter yet on your picture. So I'm going to do my statement reason table. And there's plenty of room for this one. It's only 4 steps. Is this okay that I leave this here? Thanks, guys. Why? There we go.
Miss Rob,
Yes.
this is just a question for later.
Yep.
Will you eventually be posting flashcards in the classroom?
They are.
Okay, sorry, I just didn't know.
Nope, it's okay. They are hooked into the notes. They're on the same thing with the notes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Because I know I missed some yesterday.
I think we did. Did we end up doing 3? We ended up doing 3, I think, yesterday. Okay. have, bless you, DABC. And angle D is congruent to angle B. Okay, 2, 2. All right, so there's lots of reasons to have extra colors with you, but at the same time, this picture is pretty easy. Does everybody see that we're proving ADC congruent to CBA? Like, we don't need to outline those triangles. However, wasn't it really important to outline the triangles when they were overlapping?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So just be aware of that. Then we have angle D congruent to angle B. So at this point, we have only one set of angles in our proof, right? And now this is where I would, because there's not a lot of marking on my picture to distract me, I'm picking up my highlighter. Which pair of sides are highlighted? Ooh, DA and BC. You got to mark it carefully, right? And then I'm going to connect those with my diagonal. Cool. So now, do you guys know which two angles we get to add? Okay, so it's going to be this one. I'm going to put a double arc because I already used single arcs. And it's going to be this one. So I'm about ready to add, it's not done yet, this one's done. I'm going to add another set of angles. Well, AA's not enough. What else do we have here? Yes, what do we have? Reflexive side. We have a side. So now, we're going to have it in a minute, sorry. We're going to have a side. So now, is this angle, side, angle, or is it angle, angle, side? Do you know which one it's going to be? What's it going to be?
Angle.
Very good. Awesome. You guys are rock stars. All right. So we need to do, it's four lines because we got to do a set of angles, a set of sides, and then angle, angle, side. Okay. So this is just like some planning space I did ugly over there. So let's take care of our parallel lines because that's the new thing. All right. So the first angle I'm going to call DAC. And the second angle I'm going to call BCA. And then I kind of want to just do a quick introduction to some types of statements you'll see in proofs. They're called if-then statements. For example, if today is Friday, then tomorrow is
Saturday.
If tomorrow is Saturday, then today is Friday, right?
Oh, it's like
It kind of, they're called, they're logic statements. And basically, we can use that idea of if and then, or if this thing is true, then that thing is true. Does that kind of make sense to everybody? So that's a statement style that I fall back on to help me make sure my statements are correct. Sometimes I don't do if, I say when. Because guess what? Do we have parallel lines? Yep. So this is how I write this statement. I say when lines are parallel, and I'm going to pause right there. You can make the parallel symbol or write the word parallel. I'm going to write the word parallel right now. When lines are parallel, and then I put a comma. Alternate, interior, angles are congruent. You totally can abbreviate a lot of that. You can't put AI angles, that's not enough, but alt-int angles is enough. Does that make sense to everybody? So I'll demonstrate that. So do you guys, the reason why I like to write it this way is because if lines are parallel, alternate interior angles are congruent. I can also say if alternate interior angles are congruent, then lines are parallel. Do you guys see how that's the switch of the statement? And sometimes the reverse, that opposite statement, is what we mean. Okay, so cool. We got our angles. Woohoo! All right, reflexive. Everybody knows how to do this. This is easy. What's the name of our reflexive side?
AB.
AC, the diagonal. It's okay. AC is congruent to AC. And that's the reflexive property. And then you guys are finishing this proof up. We are done. We have angle, angle, side. So triangle, ADC, is congruent to triangle,
CBA.
thank you, CBA. Okay, so there's a third page to the set of notes. We should have time to do it, but it was most important to get through the two proofs. Okay. All right. When you're ready, you'll turn your page. And we're starting to get a little bit more difficult. However, we're starting to just put more pieces together, right? All right, so when we go to the next page, just take a moment. So you can either like draw your statement reason table, or you could be like, I'm just gonna start to read and label the thing and think. But I usually draw my T-chart first. There's a lot here. Just give me like a little wave when you're done writing your given. You might still need to interact with the picture, but as long as your given's in there, we can go. Okay. Some people are still finishing their given. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just taking that information from the top and literally rewriting it. It seems kind of silly, but we have to do it. Okay. So right now, and this kind of stinks hardcore, do we have anything with a congruency symbol? No. So that means we have to do either 3 congruency statements or 2 congruency statements and right angles. And why is right angles in play? What symbol do I see that tells me right angles? Perpendicular, right? Does everybody see that perpendicular sign? Okay, so let's just start there. I don't know though. So let's see. So AB is congruent to AE. So I write the word 90 degrees over that, and I find that angle. And I'm going to put the square in it, right? There it is. Okay, next one. CDAE. So once again, 90 degrees. CDAE 90 degrees. Now, I'm not sure where I'm headed with that yet, but I have a set of congruent right angles. Okay. I now have parallel lines. So I'm going to pick up my highlighter and be very careful. CB is parallel to ED, and then do not draw any more than that. You should be real careful. This highlighter doesn't erase. Okay, everybody's highlighted? Okay, so pause. Does everybody see the letter Z?
Yeah.
But this angle, is it in a triangle? No. So do we don't want alternate interior angles. That is one of the most common mistakes because we see so many alternate interior angles, we forget there's other options. Okay? So instead, this is your transversal, right? That's another transversal. This was a transversal too, but we don't want the Z. We want the letter F. So, does everybody see this angle and this angle? You see those corresponding angles. All right. All right. So now let's talk about midpoint. So C is the midpoint of AE. Oh, that means I need tick marks somewhere. Okay, so here's AE. C is the midpoint. This piece is going to be equal to this piece. So it looks like we have 90-degree angles. We have corresponding angles, and we have congruent sides. So is it angle, side, or, so ready? We definitely have two A's. We have two A's, right? Because we have right angles and these angles. So we have angle and angle. So now, where does the S go? Does the S go in between?
Yeah.
Yes. So angle, side, angle. Is that what you said and I just misheard you?
No.
Okay. Okay, angle, side, angle. So do we see it? Okay, so now just pause for a second. So how many steps do you guys think we need? Well, this is a step, right? This is a step. So there's another one. This is a step. And then we can do this in just one step. Remember, this is where the side conversation was yesterday, if you guys remember. We did a lot of, it was kind of a little crazy. And remember, delta math is very different from what we do. We can do it in one step. Okay? So let's do those perpendicular ones first. All right. So perpendicular right angles. So our first right angle is going to be angle BAC. And the second one's going to be DCE. That's how I would name it. Okay, so angle BAC is congruent to DCE. All right, and so I am, stop. There we go. So up here I have my perpendicular symbols. I'm just kind of re-highlighting them because that was really sloppy. Here we go. We say perpendicular lines form,
Right.
what do we have to put before the word right? Congruent right angles.
I did the separate steps.
Did you? Okay. And you can. I'm going to always do this. Okay? Congruent right angles. Cool. And so maybe off to the side, I'm putting in the letter A here. Okay. Next, let's take care of our parallel lines. Okay. So this is kind of the cool thing about our angles for the parallel lines. I have to call this angle ACB, but guess what? Can I call this angle E if I wanted to? Oh, yes, I can. I can just call it angle E if I want to, right? It's all by itself. Or I can use three letters, CED, no problem. Okay, so angle ACB is congruent to, angle. I could do E or I could call it CED. I'm just going to call it angle E. That is totally acceptable. So now this is the exact same kind of statement we just did on the previous page. The only thing we have to change is the name of the angles. When lines are parallel, now you gotta focus, corresponding angles are congruent. Oops. Are congruent. And so you can abbreviate corresponding, that's fine to do. Okay, we have another set of angles. Now, midpoint is one that you have on page 7, or you have it on a 3x5 card, right? Yeah. Or just think about it. What does a midpoint do? A midpoint, it bisects. Ooh, a midpoint. You could say a midpoint bisects a what? A line segment. Yep, a segment. A midpoint bisects a segment is probably okay. It will say into two congruent segments. I mean, that's what bisects means, but I like that. That's perfect. You can totally use that. And then what were my letters here? A, C, C, E. Okay, and if I didn't mention this before, I think I did, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it again. Try to kind of keep your statement reason pairs, next to each other. So like that, I'm starting to get longer stuff on this side. I'm going to make sure when I have my statement 5 here, I have it with my statement 5 here. Okay, so that way they're across from each other. It just makes it a little bit easier for someone to follow your work. All right, so this is going to be angle side angle. We already decided that. And then I just can't remember the names of the triangles. A, B, C, C, D, E. How nice. Triangle A, B, C is congruent to triangle C, D, E. Thank you. All right. Okay, before we go anywhere else, let people catch up. I kind of want you to just think about proofs and how confident you're feeling right now about what you've learned. Like a 1 or a 0 is, I really don't feel good about any of this. A 2 or a 3 is kind of like I'm in the middle. A 4 or 5 is I'm feeling good. Can you guys give me a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just in front of you? You don't have to like share it with the world. Okay. Somewhere in the middle. Okay, and that's okay. This is where we're at, right? I love it. Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much for sharing. If you're still down in the 0 and the 1, that's the indicator that you got to get help ASAP, right? Okay. If you're in the 2, then let's make sure we're working together like Monday next week. Does that make sense? Okay. So turn the page. We have one multiple choice question I want to do before we do our 3x5 charts. And I've been trying to emphasize how when we do questions that are Regents questions, we really have to think about some of them are, I need to look at the situation 4 different ways. Okay. So yes, that's why this picture is here 4 times. So let's go ahead and just focus on the question as it's originally presented. Up at the top, it says, in the diagram below, A, C, and B, D intersect at E. I'm going to stop right there. All we know so far is that they intersect. Do lines might look equal, but have we been told they're equal yet? No. Lines might look parallel. Have we been told they're parallel yet? No. Is there a reflexive side? There's vertical angles. So right now, I haven't looked at anything else. Can I mark that this guy, this guy is congruent to that guy? Okay, so that means when it then says, which information is always sufficient to prove the triangles are congruent? Well, if I have angles in there, I'm probably looking at side, angle, side angle, right? Or angle, side coming to fruition. Like, hopefully one of these answers will help me get there. Okay. But now you have to try each of the choices. Okay. So just take a moment. I want you to mark your vertical angles on all 4 pictures. Okay. Mark your vertical angles on all 4 pictures. Okay. All right, and I am preparing to use my highlighter next, okay? All right, so choice 1 says AB is parallel to CD. Ooh. Well, parallel lines help me get more angles, don't they? So, I could get A is congruent to C, can I?
It could be the Z.
Could I also get B congruent to D? Do you guys agree? Okay. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. It's all angles. It's all angles. Does all angles work? No. Not for congruent. It will work for similar. So A is not sufficient, right? Okay. Let's look at choice 2. They tell us that AB is congruent to CD. So I'm just doing this now with my pen, right? And it tells me that BE is congruent to DE. Ooh, is that side angle side?
That's angle side.
Oh, that's angle side. It's not enough because we don't have a right angle, correct? It's not enough. So I'm going to write it this way. No right angle. Sadness. Okay. Now we go to this one. E is the midpoint of AC. So tick marks go on AC only. So here's AC. The only thing that gets tick marks is AE and EC. That's great, but is it enough? No. So that's just angle side. Last one. Hey, baby! These 2 things, BD and AC, bisect each other. They chop each other in half. So AE is equal to EC, right? That's first chop. Second chop. BE is equal to DE, right? Now, what do we have here?
So we have side angle side.
Yep. Brandon got it. I heard a couple say it. Luke got it, right? Side angle side. So choice 4 is the only one that has enough to prove. And now I'm going to quickly back out. Back out. The only thing you get over on the exam is this. But could you recreate that picture 3 more times if you wanted to? The paper for the exam is so thin you can actually trace that sucker. Like you can take your back page off, trace it, okay? Or is this an appropriate time to have pencils so you can try the different things out and erase them? But you really have to kind of be like, I'm going to prove to myself that which one is always sufficient. This was not sufficient because it was angle, angle, angle. You've seen us do this next to questions, right? We did it for the homework questions. This one was not sufficient because it was SSA. This one was not sufficient because it was only angle side, but this one was great because it was side, angle, side, and it was good. So we're getting to a place where the multiple choice questions require more than just a quick look, right? Okay, so the time is 1 o'clock. All we have left to do for the day is to do our 3x5 cards, which I can jam them all. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. All right, we're gonna do our cards. Okay, so if you, and then I will have these available. So if you need more cards, you can work through next week. We definitely still have some more things to learn, and I'm also going to give you additional resources. Okay, so we're doing card. Card number 9, card number 10.
Jason, you funny, bro. Isn't Jason funny?
B is parallel to CD, whatever.
Hey, Luca, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Wait, where were you yesterday? Oh, you were home. How come you were home?
Your shoulder hurt? Yeah.
All right.
How did your shoulder? Like, something in the gym or something?
You didn't see? Yeah, you felt it. You didn't see?
When lines are parallel, corresponding
That was on your face. What? No, that was right here. That was
angles.
like right here. Yeah. Yeah. See what? See the trunk.
What
I
trunk?
was looking down.
Oh, he didn't get to see it because he came in late. Right? You can show him. Okay, so now.
He's running.
He was running and they bumped into a drum.
No, not ran into it.
I'm trying to decide how we're going to do this. I'm going to do the letter F. So the F can be upside down, just kind of like be aware of that. So I'm going to do upside down F on this one just for fun.
I'm sorry. Wait. You got dropped by a drum.
Not that loud.
Nah, it's not funny that I have it. It's just funny how you felt.
No, it's funny.
You shouldn't laugh at your friend like that.
I'm laughing at it. It's fun to laugh at it.
So.
Yo, that was bad.
Yeah.
How did you even get on your phone?
Yeah. I sent it to myself. To show us? Just to show us.
So I'm doing little sketches on the front of these. It's nothing too exciting. But I tried to make some ones that would be a little bit different. So like here's this Z, which we see a lot. Then there's this way we can also have. So a backwards N. I think those are the only things we need, right? Yeah. So that's what I would do for my next 2 cards. So Monday we're going to have a practice day. I can definitely have some for the whiteboards, but it cannot be chaotic.